Welcome, my ladies, gentlemen, humans of all races and ages. October 24th, 2008, the exact date in which we were all introduced to Season 1, Episode 5 of Star Wars The Clone Wars. No, not that Clone Wars series. Don't get me wrong, the 2003 cartoon is amazing, but that one isn't the focus of this video. Instead, we're going to be focusing on a 2008 series for this little video of ours. With that being said, grab a snack, kick your feet up, let those grippers out to breathe. Remember to like and subscribe if this video makes you laugh or smile at all, and join our community Discord in the description box below. And yeah, it is finally time to talk about some... Our story today starts on the Rishi Moon. A remote natural satellite in the outer rim, the celestial body holds the Rishi Station on its surface, which is basically one of several communication outposts used by the Galactic Republic. The Rishi Station's objective is to monitor clanker or separatist activity in the surrounding space, and to make sure those tin heads don't try to sneak past them and launch an invasion on planet Kamino, the closest things that clones have to a home. Additionally, it constantly emits an all-clear signal and broadcasts it back to Republic cruisers. If this signal has been shut off by any means, then that alerts patrolling Republic forces in the area about a potential droid attack. I say all of this because these details are crucial to understanding the main story of this episode. Just so you know, make sure you remember everything. With that little lore drop out of the way, let me introduce you to a few of the occupants of Rishi Station. We see a trooper with the designation of CT-327 working as a deck operator. The fuck? Working as a deck officer, you know, like a deck of cards, I'm just saying. He monitors the area and radios back at base stating that everything is all clear. We then cut to see our first member of DOMINO SQUAD. Our boy here is named Echo. He's walking into the command center while reading regulation manuals, while the goats Heavy and Cut Up are lounging around, arm wrestling in the center of the room. Many of the clones stationed here are rookies, and honestly, they're kinda bored as fuck. There's no action here, only surveillance to be done. But just keep in mind that at this point in the story, DOMINO SQUAD is a brand new unit of clone troopers. What they lack in experience, they make up for it with heart. Heavy checks the surrounding area for the all clear before dominating Cut Up in their penis measuring competition, and proceeds to talk to another member of DOMINO SQUAD who is currently off screen at the moment. When suddenly, the station's sergeant named 09er makes his grand appearance. He reminds the boys the importance of their mission here, and announces that there are currently officers on the way for inspection. Of course, there are other clones in here that I haven't mentioned by name just yet, but to be honest, we don't really get a good shot at them at all. Plus, well, you know, let's be real here. All clones look the same. But that doesn't make me racist though. They're all literally a clone of Jango Fett. You can't hold that against me. I'm just saying. I'm so stupid. I just like having fun with this. We now cut to Anakin Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Admiral Yularen. Anakin and Obi-Wan are initially discussing the whereabouts of the General Grievous, while the Admiral appears on the scene and activates a transmission from Commander Cody. Our clone Marshal Commander here informs the trio that he and another officer named Captain Rex will be reporting to the Rishi outpost for inspections. Once they arrive at the base, Cody will report back and let them know of their status. Sounds like a simple enough mission, right? Right? Oh boy. We shift our focus back to Rishi Station. An impending meteor shower is on its way of impacting the outpost, and right after a trooper raised the station's shields, who I thought was 5s at first because you saw the number 5 on his forehead for about 3 seconds until it strangely disappears, but I don't know. We then see that this wasn't exactly your typical meteor shower. Oh no. Among the meteors that landed at Rishi Station, we see that some of them were secretly separatist landing pods. Our deck operator began surveying the scene when he spotted one of these, suspicious crafts, when suddenly a mechanical being hits him with a FNAF-themed jump scare, became surrounded by said beings, and got rolled into a Cybertronian, that wouldn't work, a clone trooper-sized blunt. Clankers. More specifically, BX Commando Droids, or Commando Clankers if you want to call them that. Either or works for me. Built from the ground up to be more efficient, more intelligent, and significantly more bloodthirsty than your average B1 battle droid, these badasses were spewing out from the crash landing pods like it was ejecting sperm cells. Don't ask, mind your business. They began hacking into the front door of the outpost when the clones inside realized that the deck officer is MIA. We then officially spot our 4th member of DOMINO SQUAD here named 5s, and Sarge orders our 5th and final member of the squad here named Droid Bait and another trooper named Nub to take action and investigate. But when they did, the Commando Clankers broke in and immediately started airing the entire station out. Droid Bait and Cut Up were trying their damnedest to defend their brothers, while So a clone attempted to sound the alarm, but it's here that we learn that the Clankers also came pre-packaged with a jamming signal, which prevented the troopers here from reaching back to the Republic. Droid Bait and Nub were unfortunately granted the curse of turning into a housefly's wet dream off screen, with Sarge taking on the role of holding off the droids in the front lines. However, a blaster bolt struck Sarge on the leg as he was ordering his rookies to sound the alarm, causing him to lose his balance and fall over. A trio of commando droids moved in on Sarge's position, kicked his rifle away, and gave us one of the hardest frames to ever grace my eyes, all before they unloaded the clip into our squad leader and turned him into Swiss cheese on the spot.
Wow, actually, you shitty YouTuber. First of all, those are magazines, get it right. Secondly, the troopers and droids are using gas cells as ammunition.
Shut up, nigga, who cares? I can't say things as a figure of speech now, apparently, which is actually kind of crazy. Well, even more crazy, considering last time I checked, I don't remember giving a fuck. Anyway, our 4 surviving members of Domino Squad were left to process the death of Sarge. They were outmanned, outclankered, and outgunned, so they escaped by fleeing through the ventilation shaft in the command center. If it works, it works. I'm just saying, you gotta do what you gotta do, especially in a life or death scenario like this one. The commando clankers made their way inside and contacted General Grievous, who at this point in time was plotting an invasion of Kamino. The commandos informed Grievous that not only was their attack on the Rishi station a success, but they turned on the all-clear signal so the Republic wouldn't suspect a thing. Those conniving little shits. Rex and Cody, unaware of the attack that had just occurred on the outpost, began calling Rishi station to inform them that they're on their way. In a somewhat smart but very flawed move, in my opinion, the leader of the commando clankers answered the call and began impersonating Sarge. Same voice, vocal inflections, and helmet to match too. Are totally not a droid in disguise here, try to reassure Rex and Cody that everything is fine. There's totally no need for an inspection, but...
We'll be the judge of that. Prepare for our arrival.
Roger, roger.
Ah, hell no. Roger, roger is basically the Clankers' catchphrase. It's the same saying that self-proclaimed independent thinkers in the CIS say. Oh, brother! Domino Squad are traveling around the outskirts of Rishi Station. Wondering what to do now without Sarge, they began hearing the terrifying growls of giant Rishi eels, a species native to the moon itself. One such specimen conveniently makes an appearance after clones were describing its appearance, and it snatches Cut Up like it was out in the fields hunting for a cupcake. It retreats back into its den and proceeds to devour our innocent clone. Cut Up got cut up, man. Damn it! Not gonna lie, this scene made my fight or flight instincts kick in, bro. Oh, ugh.
What the hell was that?
Oh, gee, I don't know. A giraffe? It was a fucking eel, dude. You need to get out of there. Keep moving. Also, I'm kind of joking when I say this, so don't take it too seriously, but cursing in a show airing on Cartoon Network, not Adult Swim, while you yourself are technically around 10 years old is kinda crazy, man. Not gonna lie. That belt would have imprinted itself on my ass if I was cursing while 10 years old, dude. Insane stuff. Back to the plot though. The boys spot the inspection team's ship, and Rex and Cody disembarked and began heading towards the entrance of the station. But as they're walking, you can see commando clankers taking cover and hiding behind supply crates on a landing pad. A fake clone makes another appearance and greets the duo and tries to convince them that there is need for inspection. They can go back home. Rex begins losing patience with this fraud, who eventually blows his own cover yet again, and their conversation goes something like this.
Take us to the sergeant in command. Roger, roger.
Suddenly, Domino Squad sound out a droid attack flare and Rex finally snaps. He slimes out the fake clone trooper by putting a Peter Griffin-sized hole in its cranium and takes its helmet off, confirming his suspicions of it being a droid in disguise, which is the exact time he realized that this was an ambush all along. The hidden commando clankers from earlier suddenly spawned in on Rex and Cody, and these droids made it their mission to go mosh both clones and send them on their way to meet Hulk Hogan in spirit. Jesus, an Expedition 33 reference on his channel is tough. Go play that game if you can, it's amazing. What isn't amazing, however, is the fact that Cody double tapped a single droid with pinpoint accuracy and it still continues to function. Those clankers have tough armor. One droid gets rolled and smoked while our duo here backs up in the cover. But the leader of this squad of robo badasses ran at our inspectors to toss grenades underneath their ship with the goal of annihilating the landing pad and vaporizing our clones here for good. And they somewhat succeeded. You see, Rex and Cody managed to escape the explosion by grappling onto the bottom of the pad, while the droids up top thought they put the clones down for good. They did succeed in blowing up the ship though, which I guess counts for something, right? I don't know. Our duo slowly repels down to the moon's surface below them while the same eel from earlier slithers in the foreground. Rex and Cody spot our remaining Domino Squad members next to their ship's wreckage and urges them to take their helmets off, just in case if we had another fraudulent clone situation on our hands again. They comply, calming Rex down, but literally right after this, that hungry BBC-sized eel came back for round 2. This is that kind of greed they talk about in the Bible, dude. This thing must have been starving. Rex slimes this thing out by scoring a critical hit and uses the blood oozing from its wound to mark Echo's armor while officially denoting everyone on Domino Squad as shinies, which is a slang term used by clones to refer to inexperienced or rookie clones by pointing out their shiny armor. That's all it is, nothing crazy. To be honest, everyone's gotta be a rookie at some point, right? Like, no one starts off being a veteran or a professional at something. It takes time to get that experience, you know? Our crew of troopers rally together, ready to take back Rishi Station from the Clankers to avenge their fallen brothers, and to do their due diligence as a soldier of the Republic. We then cut back to Anakin and the gang, but besides worrying about Rex and Cody, honestly nothing important of note happens here, so we're just gonna skip back to the boys down at Rishi Station. Our crew makes their way back at the outpost, wondering how exactly they're gonna infiltrate the command center. There's so many Clankers and so little clones. What are they gonna do? But Rex, old boy, is the man with the plan. So here's what happens next. We see a small group of commando clankers on door duty. They notice while looking on an already installed ring camera that they spot Rex, who was imitating the fake clone from earlier in the video. His plan is to infiltrate the enemy occupied outpost by tricking the guards here into opening the door, while the rest of the clones stay hidden off to the side, ready to strike when the moment's right.
Unit 2-6, is that you? Take off your helmet. Let me see your faceplate.
Roger, roger.
Ugh, whole lot of clanker talk going on right now, man. This is some nasty work. Oh my god. Rex pretends to take off its helmet by crouching off screen and using the severed head of a commando unit, and as the guards finally open the door,
Close!
Roger, roger.
the boys then proceeded to send the droids to a Michael Jackson concert. They ran up the stairs to the command center and they started airing the place out. Rex makes it clear that he's taking point and initiates the gunfight by popping 2 unaware droids like a quiz. The rest of the boys followed Rex into combat while he was pushing an enemy team, though one of the commando clankers landed a clean hit on our boy Fives. But don't worry, he's okay here, I promise, I swear to god. Rex engages in a 1v1 with the commando droid leader to prove which team has the most aura. This robo badass pulls out a Vibrasword after getting disarmed and attempts to divide Rex by 2. He dodges this attack along with the follow-up, made it to the droid's flank, twisted its neck, and slammed its chrome dome onto the ground. I know Rex had to have been bricked up after pulling this maneuver, and shit, I would have been too. This is literally the play of the game up to this point.
I got one! Sorry, Echo, I junked that one. Like how you did.
And a Cartoon Network show again? Oh my god, you clones got balls, dude. Jesus. The boys cleared out the command center, and for a split second, all seemed if it was good, until they discovered that the Clankers are assembling an invasion force headed straight for Camino. Although the base was hardwired to transmit the all-clear signal, Grievous ordered reinforcements to be sent down to the Rishi outpost due to his commando units not responding to his calls. Because, as you and me know, dear viewer, they got turned into scrap metal. Send down reinforcements he did, because the clones down below spotted a giant separatist landing craft approaching the station, and it was getting ready to deploy dozens and dozens of clankers to storm the base. There's way too many droids down here for the clones to handle. They don't have enough time to fix the sabotage all clear signal, because those clankers could start marching their way into the command center at any moment. At this point, there's only one thing they can do: destroy the outpost. By doing so, it'll disable the all-clear signal that's being transmitted to the Republic, therefore alarming them of the CIS's presence. Genius idea! Rex and Cody rally the rookie troopers together once again, while the clankers begin their march of doom. The clones gather as many explosives and weaponry as they could, aiming to do whatever it takes to delay the droids from storming the command center for as long as possible. Get ready for another badass battle scene, because the clones open up the front door and let all their blasters do the talking for them, initially mowing down a hordes of bots. They're all certified shooters, man. Grenades were tossed onto the battlefield to delay the droids even further, but this proved to be somewhat futile because they kept coming. Cody shut the door on the clankers, giving themselves a chance to breathe, while the Admiral and Obi-Wan are still wondering what's going on down there at the outpost. Grievous was now fully aware of the situation at hand and ordered his forces to make the clones bite the curb. So yeah, things aren't looking too good right now. The droids breach the door, causing Cody and his troops to retreat. We then see that Rex is preparing explosives in the command center, but states that the detonator's remote isn't working and gives it to Heavy. Heavy states that he'll fix it and tells the group to make it out of there. The droids are getting close, and this situation is getting worse by the second. So the clones escape by using the same ventilation shaft from earlier, while Heavy stayed behind to work out the kinks. Unfortunately for our Domino Squad member though, the clankers have finally arrived. Heavy went to hide behind cover as the battle droids began securing the area. Rex assumed Heavy followed the boys outside, but called him on comms when he realized he did, in fact, stay behind to fix the blast charges. Rex called Heavy and ordered him to get out of there, but Heavy responded by saying the remote isn't working. You have to detonate the charges manually. Unfortunately, he got spotted by the droids mid-conversation and they all opened fire on him. Cody is on comms now and states that they have to get back to the station to rescue their brother. No clone shall be left behind. But Heavy's resolve to complete the mission at all costs was all too apparent. He tells the squad members that it's no use. He knows what must be done to serve the Republic, to avenge his comrades, to protect his brothers. He starts mowing down the attacking clankers with his minigun, but got shot in the back by a blaster bolt. He still kept fighting after this and continued spraying down blue bolts towards the encroaching enemy opposition. Oh god, I guess you knew what was coming next, huh? Fuck. Rex and Cody are still on comms trying to figure out Heavy's status, but he ignores them and slays the droids operating in the central terminal in the command center. Unfortunately for a young soldier though, he quite literally ran out of juice. Yeah, that kind of sounded wrong. What the hell was that? His minigun ran out of juice. I should have said that instead. But he tossed it at a clanker as a last-ditch effort to make it to the detonators. But sadly, he fell at the hands of the dirty robots. At this point in time, the amount of despair in the clones' voices over comms was high, but the tension in the air itself was even higher. But Heavy, in his last moments, embodies what it truly means to be a clone trooper.
Do we take prisoners?
I don't.
Damn. A soldier to the very end. Heavy, you will be missed by many. Having seen a station be destroyed, the Republic sends out a team to investigate what's going on, and they rescue our surviving crew members. Fast forward a bit, and we see Anakin, Obi-Wan, Rex, and Cody commending the efforts of our two surviving Domino Squad members, Fives and Echo. While feeling regretful that they destroyed the Rishi outposts, if it weren't for this, along with Heavy's sacrifice, the Camino would have been getting invaded by the Clankers at this very moment in time. So yeah, Echo and Fives proved that they're more than just rookies. Courageous, never willing to back down against the opposition. In the words of Rex, these are exactly the kind of men he needs in a 501st. And that right there is the end of our little story of the events that took place on the Rishi Moon. This episode was... Alright, yeah, bro. I'm not gonna lie. This episode was fire, dude. Jesus. Shout out to Heavy especially. He knew what had to have been done. Sacrificing his life so that his brothers can live another day, it's so poetic. Also, giving credit where credit is due, I love commando droids. I'd put them as my all-time favorite model of battle droids, to be honest. In my opinion, everything about them is badass. Speaking of badass things, I'm probably going to be doing a video on me yapping about Captain Rex sometime in the near future, so yeah, if you want that, then let me know in the comment section down below. I'll probably talk about a few of my favorite Rex moments, or else that video will be uploaded next year with a runtime of about 7 hours, because he's like in almost every single Clone Wars episode, and I do not have time for that. But otherwise, my dear viewer, thank you for watching this one. Remember to stay safe, stay hydrated, take care of yourselves, and have a great rest of your day. I will see you in the next video, whenever that one goes live. But in the meantime, peace out, twin.